Hey guys, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and I'm going to bring you an update today on Facebook because we just got more information and a lot of different news sources are reporting on just how bad that bombshell report back in November was from the New York Times. Now, if you recall, the New York Times basically put out an article, it was a 5,000 word article with multiple authors on it, basically saying just how bad Facebook had in terms of deflecting, denying, but also in terms of letting people have access, third parties primarily. And so it just came to light, and Facebook just confirmed it, as reported by Business Insider here, among others, that Facebook gave organizations like Netflix, Spotify, the Royal Bank of Canada, of all things, as well as some others, deep access into our personal accounts. Now, it just isn't the fact that they're able to data mine us, scrape things for psychoanalytic profiles or whatever to advertise to us. They have the ability to read and also manipulate our private messages on Facebook. And so obviously, if you're going to somebody's wall and writing a message, it's there for the whole world to see, at least depending on settings. It could be that person's friends as well, or friends of friends, or completely public. But when we send somebody a private message and we go to messages in Facebook, the expectation and understanding is that that communication is between us and that other person. Well, we know that Facebook is going to be data mining that, but what we didn't necessarily know was that they were letting Netflix, Spotify, Royal Bank of Canada, and others get into our accounts to the point where they could not only read our personal messages, but delete them as well. Now, Facebook came out with a statement on this, and I quote, "Did partners get access to messages? Yes. But people had to explicitly sign into Facebook first to use a partner's messaging feature. Take Spotify, for example. After signing into your Facebook account in Spotify's desktop app, you could then send and receive messages without ever leaving the app. Our API provided partners with access to the person's messages in order to power this type of feature." That's well and good, but we didn't necessarily have the understanding that when you were using Facebook as what's called an SSO or single sign-on, that they were integrating this to the point where Spotify would actually give access. The assumption was if you were able to use, let's say, Spotify's framework to communicate through Facebook's messages, that only the communication you were wanting to do while you were in Spotify was there. It did not give Spotify carte blanche access to absolutely everything you were doing. So it's kind of a little bit of a misnomer there. But that is your news of the day. Facebook literally was giving third parties millions and millions of these. And as the Times reported, Spotify had access to over 70 million private mailboxes. Now, in this sense, I don't necessarily blame Spotify or Netflix or the Royal Bank of Canada, who magically has gotten lumped into with these two. I do blame Facebook for giving them this level of access, which isn't necessarily needed for them to properly and efficiently perform the tasks required of whatever Spotify, Netflix, etc. was doing. But either way, giving them access to our private messages, I think, is unconscionable. And it's just another thing I'm going to add to the report that I'm soon to be publishing either in Forbes or Smerconish or somewhere else. But it is going to be just an insane article. So watch for that. But that is your rather long news of the day, but it's kind of important. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, and also my YouTube channel /Nick Espinoza. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.